Hello everyone, my name is Ashish, and you already aware of today's webinar, right? Like it's kind of how do you create a good resume and effective LinkedIn profile. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Ashish, you already know, and I work as a software developer in Uber Technologies, and I have previously associated with Walmart, and I've also worked in EMC Adobe systems as well. And my my whole experience is kind of mostly is in backend development, and I've been doing webinars on multiple topics with Geeksters and other tactics as well. But yeah, here today's agenda is to create how do you effectively create and build your resume and LinkedIn profile. Uh, why I'm taking this? Because let me tell you that my resume is selected in almost every company. So if you'll get like I have got calls from almost every tech giant because of my resume and LinkedIn profile, and I have more than 50K followers on LinkedIn, and my LinkedIn profile is also quite effective. And I am from a tier 3 college, but even though from my LinkedIn profile, I got the opportunity for Uber and for Walmart, etc. companies. So it is very important that whatever you are doing or whatever you have done to present it in a better way, in an effective way, so that the others will get to know your potential and select you for the interviews. So first section is first we'll divide this into two sections. First is we'll talk about in the first half that how can we create a good resume. I'll give you a points for that, and then you can create your effective resume. And if required, I can show you my resume also, which I have not updated very recently because I'm not looking for jobs outside. But yeah, it was a bit older with my previous work. And then I in the second half will talk about how can you effectively create your LinkedIn profile to get the reach whatever you want to the companies you can approach, whichever you want to join. And then maybe I can show you my profile also, that what I did, which you can see and take help from. Okay, here first and foremost point, when you want to create your resume, right? So let's start with resume writing. Okay, so before you go and make up your mind to create resume, first I'll say that collect the data before you start resume. And by collecting the data before you start resume is because a lot of times it happens that you create your resumes on websites and all it, and you miss information which you have already have, but you forget or you don't have it handy, so you don't write it and write miss that in resume and start applying with that resume. So what I'll say that you should collect the data, think first about your skills, okay, and what projects you have worked. So if you are so if you are let's suppose college graduate and fresher, whatever projects you have done in your bachelor's degree, mini projects and major projects, and what work you have done, what learnings you had, what kind of systems you have used, you should be thorough into that and collect, write it somewhere roughly. What skills you have also, you should be writing it before, and think about it that what skills do you have, and write it roughly before creating resumes. What is your work experience? If you don't have work experience and you are a fresher, let it be. What are your achievements? And if you have any awards, etc. So let me tell you, in the achievements section, you really don't have to, present any certificate or anything. Like a lot of people are confused that I don't have achievement, I don't have any certificate, etc. So let me tell you, achievements are something which you are proud of, and you really don't need certificate for that. Let's suppose you have organized a webinar, or you have organized a coding competition, or you have organized a coding club in your college. You might not have the certification for that from your college or students who have participated, but the thing is that you did something good for you and your classmates or your batchmates. So that is kind of some kind of achievement which will give you a sense of, you know uh, sense of proud that yeah, you have done something. So that's one of the achievement you have, so you can write that. It's totally okay, correct? And once you gather all the data, then you choose any particular platform where you want to create your resume. Like Overleaf is one, and Enhance CV is one. Enhance CV is paid one, but Enhance CV gives you to create your resume for free for 7 days. So first, 7 days are enough to create effective resume once you have all the data. Okay, so you can use that. Now, after collecting that, what points you should consider while creating a resume is important actually. So first thing is choosing a layout. Okay, so choosing choosing proper layout is very important. So what do I mean by layout actually? So when you create a resume, right? So let's suppose this is the A4 size resume page which you have, correct? So what is the layout you should choose? So there are three layouts basically which people can use. First is one column layout, second is two column, and third is three column layouts. So let me talk about one column layout. So this is one column layout where you write everything like these paragraphs. Okay. So what I feel here, since you have to make your resume very crisp and present it in one page. So I just forgot to tell you that as if you have less than 10 years of experience, even I have more than 7+ years of experience, and my resume fits in one page. Because there are two things, like you can create 5 pages resumes, but do you think that out of thousands of applications, 5 page or 10 page somebody is gonna read? Obviously no, right? So you should try to present your best information just in one page. And if you are under 10 years of experience, I feel that you can fit all the information in one page. So in the first one column layout, there is a lot of space based wastage that happens, right? So I don't prefer choosing that. Now let's keep two column layout inside for a while, and let's focus on three column layout. Okay, so in three column layout, you divide your resume in something like that, right? There will be two narrow column, and there will be one wider column. But the advantage of this layout is, like, you can present more and more information, and there will be least space wastage. But third column layout resume is uh, it looks like quite messy actually. Like the information is so intact, it doesn't look that good. So I'll advise you not to take this also. Now we have two column layout, which is kind of perfect. So choose two column layout. Why? Because you can do a partition either on the right side or on the left side for the narrow column. So there will be two columns. First one is broader, and second one is narrower. Okay, so there will be two columns, one broader column, one narrow column. So what you can do, you can choose this. This really saves the space also. There is no space wasted and your resume is not looking quite messy also. I'll show you my resume and you can evaluate that how it is. Okay. So now in the narrow column, what you can write is, you can write, if you have a career summary, you can write career summary here, and you can write your work experience, etc. here. That I'll tell you what to write. And after career summary, you can have skills here and mention all the keywords. Okay. Then you can have your strengths or achievements, etc. here. After writing your work experience, what project you have worked in your work experience, or if you don't have work experience, what projects you have done in your bachelor's, right? And then at last you can have education column where you'll write your education details. What details? I'll tell you exactly. Okay. So this is first point is covered, that you have to choose proper layout. This is important. Second is second, as I talked about, that you'll write education, and what will you write in your education, right? So what should be written in education column? I'll prefer not to write this 10th, 12th, etc. Don't write. Why? Because it's not needed. Uh, Already, if you're sitting through campus placement, right? Then I think the shortlisting will happen based on 10th and 12th, and that detail would have been provided by your college. And once you have 1, 2, 3 years of experience, nobody cares about how much percentage you got in 10th. So it's just a complete space wastage. And if you really got something like very good, now I think getting I mean 10 CGPA is also not that difficult in some boards. So I don't see the importance of it. But earlier it used to happen like, okay, if you have got 98%, when it was really difficult to get it, then I think it makes sense, you can show it off. But now I think there is no need for that. So don't write it. Always write your highest qualification like BTech, etc. Whatever you have done, BTech or MC or anything. And the next thing is, uh, a lot of people ask that whether you should add CGPA or percentage or not. So let me tell you, if it's really good, so let's suppose, for example, mine is I qualified it with honors in all the subject, and my CGPA was 7.98 something. So I write it 7.9 because I have a degree of honors. Okay. But let's suppose your CGPA is 5.8 or 6.2 or 6.5. Uh, just I'm saying that if your CGPA is just average, then you should not be showing it explicitly, right? You should always show in resume what are your best points. So if obviously your CGPA is 8.0 or 7.5 with honors, anything, you can write that, because you'll be it will be in your favor. But if you're just like, let's suppose 5.5, 5.8, it will not go in your favor. So don't add it if you don't have it good. Cool. Let's move to a very important, sorry, important section, which is skills. Okay. So this is really important column. Why? Because uh, whenever anyone wants to scrutinize your resume, they see two things. First, if they are hiring for a senior positions or positions which require some experience, they see your work experience, what kind of work you have done, and what skills you possess. So every selection happens in these two sections. Like let's suppose I am a recruiter also, and I want and I'm not technically sound, let's suppose, and my manager gives a technical manager gives a requirement that I want such a such person for my this technical job. So they will get a requirement, they will find keywords in your skill section. So For example, I said that I need a developer who has good problem solving skills and good in data structures, good in algorithms. So what they will go onto LinkedIn, onto Naukri.com and other uh, job search portals, where they will search by these keywords which should be matching in your skills. So in your skill section, you should always write keywords. This is very, very important for creating any kind of resume which is ATS friendly also. Like when you search for a particular keyword, your resume should be appearing. So for example, if you are from the tech background, I'll take example of tech. Non-tech people can research about the keywords which they should use as per your field. So for tech people, for IT people, let me tell you that if you're aiming for companies which are really a tech giants like Mang, Microsoft, Adobe, Uber, anything. So they focus mainly, first thing they focus is, if you are a developer, is data structures, whether you are good in data structures and algorithms. Okay. And so you should, I know that if you are, let's suppose, doing a technical IT job, you should be knowing this, correct? This is but obvious, but how will it reflect? You should explicitly write that keyword in your skill section, that data structures and algorithm and problem solving skills you have. Okay, now comes next, that don't write that lot of freshers, what they make mistake is, let me tell you, they write, how they write MS Excel, okay, PowerPoint, and they write HTML, CSS, which is good. HTML, CSS is good if you are going for front end, but like browsers used, and language में they write CPP, PHP, Python, Java, whatever language comes in mind. But I think that it's very difficult, even as a fresher, for you to have command over all these languages. So what my suggestion is write languages which you have complete command. For example, if I'm writing Java here, so I should be good enough in Java. If anyone asks that, okay, can you design or can you tell me internals of tree map, I should be able to tell internals of tree map, hash map, etc. So that kind of expertise you should need whatever you write. If you are writing C++, I am not looking for the syntax for loop in C++, right? If else, no. I'll be looking at internal concepts, like when you are writing C++, are you good in pointers? Okay, if I'll ask you, can you create a virtual table? Something like that. So these level of expertise I look for when somebody write a particular language in their resume and in the skill section. So write only those kind of languages which you have complete command over. If I'll say that, can you tell me hash map? I am not expecting from you that how will you use hash map. You should be, good enough to tell how hash map is being created in Java. Like what are the internal data structures that are used? Why hash map is popular? What happens when collision happens? All those things. Just an example. Please mention some keywords for data analyst and business role. So right now, actually, my expertise in tech, so I don't know what are the exact keywords will be, but I'll tell you that when you'll search it on internet, you will get it. And if not, let me do my research, and because I have never applied for roles data analyst and business analyst, so I'm not 100% sure what can be the exact keywords. But what I'll suggest is like you can go through on internet and search it. You will get it. The expertise uh, which uh, which is required for these roles. Okay, Lakshmi. I don't want to give you a random keyword which don't work just to show that I know, because I've never applied for these roles. So that's why I'm taking example of tech. You can search a similar keywords and you'll get it. Don't worry. So I'm just telling a generic way of creating things so that you can apply it for any role. So in data analyst also similar kind of things will happen. Like you will have tons of things. Don't mention all those things. Mention only whatever you have a very good command at, right? Like let's suppose you are a data analyst, okay? And in data analyst, I know a few things like you should be good at certain databases like Hive and Presto, or I don't know, whatever things are going on in there. So don't write everything which you don't know. Write only things which are which you have experience in. So as an electronics engineer, if I want to go for core branch, yeah, you can. That's what I said. That if you are really wanted to go in your field, you should search. You will get that. Yeah, actually, if you are from a private college, I don't think so that core branches openings for core branches, there are many companies that come. This is a limitation. So you have to yeah, Lokesh, I'll show you my resume at last, and which I find is a very good template, at least for me, and you will feel also good. And it has been selected by all the companies actually. So uh, Preetham, how do you do that? That's another question. Like if your college doesn't like, for example, I'll tell you my friend's example, uh, who was a mechanical engineer, and all the companies that used to come in my college also is IT. So what he did, he took a coaching outside the college, and then he prepared and cracked PSU's exam when the opening came, and now he's in his core mechanical work, and he's with the PSU itself. So if your colleges doesn't come, like if your first priority is to get only any kind of job, you might have some liabilities to pay. So what I'll suggest is like learn some program, but if you really can handle some pressure from your family and etc., like you will see your friends getting placed in IT companies, you're not. So PSU exam can be added. I don't think so. Like if you have cracked an exam, then you can add it. But what's the point if you have cracked the exam and not cracked the interview? Because next question will be, if you have cracked the exam, what happened in interview? And you will say that I have not cracked interviews and all. And if you have cracked interview, then you will not need a resume next time, right? Like you will join that job. So you can, I mean, if your score in GATE and all is good, you can add that. But if you have given a PSU exam, I don't think so. You should add it in your resume, right? So moving ahead, so the skill part is very important. So you should write your skills. Like if you are a backend developer and you know Java and you know Spring Boot, you should write it. And if you are worked in Python and you know Python, you should write Python, Django. So all those things. And if you are very good at any database, for example, MongoDB, you should write that. But don't write all the databases, because surely you will not have all the expertise in everything, right? So I don't think so that adding a profile pic in your resume is mandatory. I have never added it, and it worked for me quite good. And I don't see a need also to show your profile photo in your resume. What you can do is next, like you can add your LinkedIn. So a lot of companies now actually, what happens, Sumit, when you send a resume, and even when you send your resume and you are trying to join some job also, or applying for it, most of the people go from your resume to your LinkedIn profile because they see that how social presence you have. So there on LinkedIn profile, you'll have your photo also, right? So one thing you can do is like add a LinkedIn link there, and if anyone wants to see and read about you in details, they can go there. But I don't think so that you should be adding your profile photo in resume itself. Anyways, the space is very concise in one page resume, so I'll say that you can avoid it. So moving ahead, moving ahead uh, so next thing is adding links, which I was talking about, like what links you should add. So I'll definitely advise that create a good social profile on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional network. uh, Shrija Shetty, just wait. After I finish this, I'll tell you. It's about to some time. So adding links, like if you have good if you have good social profile, right, like LinkedIn and etc. So by social profile, I will advise you not to give your Insta profile where you share your photos and etc for going out and all. Professional social profile like LinkedIn, okay? So you should definitely add that link, okay? And it should just also what I'll do is don't just only hyperlink. Like a lot of people, what they do for LinkedIn is like they write my LinkedIn, something like that, and then they hyperlink it. Uh, don't, I am not saying that don't hyperlink. Don't only hyperlink means like if you have written my LinkedIn and hyperlinked it. So let's suppose somebody prints your resume. So it will the link will not work in printed page, right? It will show my LinkedIn, which will not be very good. So what you should do is on LinkedIn, you should create your customized URL, which LinkedIn gives example. So here you should write like something like that, www.linkedin.com, and here your customization like mine or like if let's suppose take Sumit example, and Sumit have created Sumit Kumar uh, one, okay, or one two, anything, because it's very difficult in India to get the exact name of your so something like that. So anyone who is reading this, right, even on the paper resume, can see that okay, this is your LinkedIn profile. And then on top of that, this URL you should have a hyperlink on, so anyone who is opening it on system can directly click and go to that, right? Overleaf is also there, Mrugank. And so you should get it right. Now next thing, when I say that when let's suppose you are applying for a tech job, and you want a job as a software developer, cool. So what, yeah, Kaushik, I'm carrying on. So what you should do is like let's suppose you have solved some 300 questions on lead code, and you have given 50 contests, anything, okay? It is good to add your lead code profile link also. Why? Because directly saying that I have a very good problem solving skills, if you add an evidence in your resume, it makes your resume strong. So let's suppose you have lead code profile, you have code chef profile, anything, okay? You should add them, your profile links, so that let's suppose I'm going to take your interview, and you have written I have a good problem solving skills, and you have solved some 500 questions on lead code, and you have added a link. I'll go and open and see what kind of questions you have done, and I'll have a confidence in you, right? If I run my own created software, can I? Yeah, sure, Pritam. You should add that because you have coded your software. That can be part of a project also. That will be a very, very big plus. Okay. You should write, Pritam. So you should write that. In my resume, you will not find that uh, because when I was a student, I used to work and read through books, solve questions on copy pen, and on lead code, I have only solved 99 questions so far. And it's very people find it's very weird also that how I cracked all those companies with only 99 questions so far. But the thing is, my foundation was strong because I read from core books like Coreman and all algorithms. So my foundation is from those books. So that's why I don't need to solve very difficult, hard, and etc. questions on lead code and all. So I don't have a good profile on lead code, but yeah, my foundation is strong. So in my resume, you won't find this. But what I'll tell you, keep nowadays people practice on this so much. So if you have good profile, you should write it. The third comes this is about problem solving, coding, etc. Third is GitHub link also. If you have done some projects and even your college project, whatever you have done, I'll advise to put it on GitHub. Okay. And what you can do is you can link to your GitHub profile also there, so that if anybody wants curious about knowing, and if you have done something really, you should do that. Okay. So this is about adding links into it. Now comes to experience. Okay. So what should you write in experience? Like if you are a college pass out and you don't have a working experience, so obviously you can't write it, but you might have done internship somewhere in your third year or in your fourth year. So write for freshers, write your internship experience. Okay. Internship experience, what project you have done, etc. And if you are working and even if you have only one internship, let's suppose, but you have done good project in your B, you should mention that, right? So what you should write about the project which you have worked, like what is the duration of that project, obviously, and what contribution you have done. Your contribution is important into that. Don't just write that I have done this is blah blah project in your fourth year. Like you will have a team, right? So you would have contributed anywhere, whether it's your college project, whether it's your company project. You will have your set of contribution in that. For example, your contribution, it comes like if you have designed XYZ component or feature into it, correct, developed and coded, etc. And if you're at level of SD2 and SD3, etc., then you would have got opportunity to mentor your juniors also. And apart from that, if you have done, let's suppose in your project, there was side requirement to write some script and automate few things, you have done that, automated XYZ feature, or you have written a script which can run multiple endpoints at a time, or you want to do a load testing, you have written a script and automated that load testing, anything, whatever you have done. And then you should write impact of your project also. So for example, if let's suppose I worked on XYZ project in Uber and it's been used by 10 million people, so that is an impact which I'm doing. Or if let's suppose I did some kind of project that saved 5 million cost of my company. So if you have these kind of numbers, to be honest, you should be writing that, because when people see numbers, impactful numbers, they are more inclined, to take you to work with you. And always people love those people that who can really generate some kind of impact. So that's about it, that you should write in your resume. Now, uh, these are the points which you should take in consideration. Now what you should not write, that is also important. What you should not write. First thing I have seen, people write some useless objective copied from their friends or copied from some other resumes. For example, like I've seen people writing talented engineer who are seeking for XYZ role to show my potentials, to bring out company's potential, and all those things. Guys, don't write those things in your resumes which make other people think that you have copied this particular resume. For example, see, company is running and you are as a fresher or you want some job. I know that you have some potential, and your potential will be shown in your resumes when your resume will be selected and you'll work with them and interview, go for interviews and all. Just don't copy paste it like that. I'm very talented engineer and need one opportunity to showcase and to bring out the best potential in company. No, this is completely space wastage and useless thing. Don't copy such things. There is no need of that. Next, I've seen people write whole address, hometown address, like if they're searching job in Pune, Bangalore, etc., but they write their whole village address, etc. Guys, nobody is going to send you any letter from your resume. Nobody is going to go and verify in person there who is looking at your resume. What will happen after your resume is selected and you are selected in job? They'll do background verification. They will send you links and where you will have to upload your Aadhaar, passport, put your address, etc., and they'll verify. But in resume, there is no need. Okay, no need to write your complete address, your hometown, village address, or anything. It completely space wasted and time wasted of a person who is reading it, because he will go through that column and he'll get an order that, okay, this is the waste of information for me. As a person, I don't really care. As a technical interviewer, I really don't care from where you are coming from. You might be from some village in UP, or you might be somewhere in Kerala, you might be somewhere in Madhya Pradesh, anyone, anything, right? Like, I, as a person, as a person, if I want to see you in my team, I look at your skills and whether you'll be able to perform the work here or not, and you have those kind of skills. I don't really. This is not my job to verify the address and all this. And what will I do? What will any person will do? So everything will be done in background verification once you're selected. So save your space in resume. Don't write it. Next, few people write like hobbies, interest outside the job. For example, a lot of people write, I just for the sake of writing, playing cricket. Okay, when I ask them that, okay, playing cricket, if you're playing cricket, is your hobby, have you done some, you're writing it in job resume. Okay, have you done something big into it? Like if I say that playing cricket, I am not looking for, even if, first of all, you should not write it. If you're writing and you don't have any achievement, like you go and play cricket in your gully with your gully friends, that's something I'm not interested in. Like if you might have, let's suppose you might have played under 16. Okay, point is good. Like you might have those team abilities and all those things. You want to show that you can. Other also, even if I will be at that level, I'll not write, because that doesn't go with my job also. Like nobody's going to pay you for playing cricket there, right? Complete wastage of time. But if you're just playing it for fun and all, I don't think so you should write that. You should completely avoid that. Okay, playing cricket, badminton, music, etc., that you do for your fun. In good organizations, once in a month or once in a year, they organize some fun activities. There you can play anything. Okay, but they really don't care how you perform in that one organized fun activity. They will only care that how you are performing in your work, day-to-day work, technical or non-technical, whatever job you have. This will be a part of fun once in a year. So nobody is going to nobody is going to care about it. So just don't waste your space here. And last, like I see that a lot of people write person's reference, like XYZ senior who is in Google. I know that person. No, don't write it in resume. If you know somebody from Google or somebody from any big company or worked with someone who cracked it, etc. Again, these once you will be selected, once you are going to join the organization, what will happen? They will obviously go and Nikhil, I explained this point, right? Uh, there is no need to put your photo in resume. At least I don't do. So don't write person's reference. If in background verification, anyways, they will ask 2 or 3 people reference where you worked earlier. So there you will mention, and they'll send an email to them, and they can fill. But it's not required in resume. Cool. So I'll here stop sharing for a while, and then let me share my resume to you guys. So what I'm saying that this is my resume, and it is been selected in all the companies, including Mang and etc. And I have not updated it for a while because I'm not looking for job change, but this is the resume which I prefer, and if I'll I'll edit in this itself. So you can see that this is very crisp. Like I have here phone number and my email ID and my LinkedIn profile. I'll share my LinkedIn profile. It's just hidden because I don't want to reveal that information. Without sending passport frequency, I didn't get it. I never send any pic, anything with that. I have a LinkedIn profile link and it has my photo. That's it. I don't think so. It's necessary actually. So actually, what is your name? Kashvish? Kashivish Anand. Uh, I don't have a freshers resume, but what I can tell you that when I wrote experience here, right? Instead of experience, you can write here the projects you have done in your college, and you can elaborate those, what work you have done, what tech stack you have done, etc. Right? No need, Gokul, you joined class late because I already told that there is absolutely no need to, write your 10th and 12th. Yeah, for Kaushik, you can write that. What Python you can write if you are good at it. Full stack developer, yeah, if you are a full stack developer, you should write. If you know front end and back end properly, you should write full stack developer if you are able to answer both. So, Mrugang, what you are saying that is there no sending before interview in mail? Uh, I have never sent. Even for Uber, also nobody asked me my photo. Once uh, I did my interviews on video call, and then I've sent my photos etc. Once I was selected for their ID card and all. So my LinkedIn profile was anyways with them. So my LinkedIn profile had my photo, have my photo. So it's so there, as I said, right, like you can mention a LinkedIn link here, and there you can have elaborated details with your photo and everything. So that will be good enough, right? And I don't have a space also to add a photo here, and I don't want to waste any section here and compromise in my skills or strength section and put a photo instead of that. So, if Pratibha, if you have a gap, you should first, if you have done something good in your gap years, you can mention that. But if you don't have anything justifiable, you should you can show that you were pursuing something else and all, now you want to get into it. Like this is very tricky, but you should be able to answer that what you have done in your gap years. If I pass the course, then provide the printable certificate. No need. They will ask questions. And if they only scrutinize your degree, I don't think so. Any certificate which you mention on this, they never see that. Okay, so you are saying that this summary point, right? So you might have you can completely ignore this part if you don't have a professional summary, and you can start with the skills. That's completely okay. So there is how to add once you go to this enhance CV or any website, right? You select that, and you'll get that option of hyperlinking. See, this is hyperlinked and it is getting open from here. You'll get that. No photo, no photo. I don't prefer. It's not important. One page, Tulasi, one page. Under 10 years, I think, guys, you were not present in the class. I told this point first that one page resume. Under 10 years of experience, one page. See my resume. Yeah, it's clickable, na? Here. This is I have hidden like this. I have taken a photograph of it to edit that, but this has to be clickable. You should make links which are clickable in resume. What points should be mentioned in the strength? So you can see that one of my strength is a very quick learner, because I've worked on different technologies. From the starting of my career, I started with writing scripts on shell programming, and then I moved to Android. After that, I worked in Java Spring Boot. I worked with one of the projects which I led was in Angular, and again Java Spring Boot in Walmart, and then in Uber I'm working in Golang. So in all those years of experience, I have like touched 4 to 5 technologies, learned them, and start delivering. So one of my strength is I am very quick learner. Tomorrow you say that there is a new language, let's suppose Kotlin, and you have to work on that. I'll take some 5 to 10 days, start learning about it, and then start coding in that. So that's my strength. So you should find your strength. What is your strength? Like few people are very good at problem solving. You can write that, okay, I am very good at problem solving, and I've participated in many contests and secured XYZ rank, etc. Right? Sir, does branch nowadays actually branch doesn't matter if you know coding and all. They IT sector welcomes everyone with open heart. I think like they are like they're like asking it. They're not asking that which branch you are in. They just want your coding skills and all those things. What opportunities are there for training and progression? What do you mean by opportunities for training and progression means? Can you elaborate, Kaushik? What opportunities are there for training and progression? I don't understand this question. Training and progression. What do you mean by opportunities are there? Okay, I think he might be writing us not. So this is the resume, and here what as I was saying that you can see that what position I was working in, and uh, what is the duration, what is the projects I've worked, what is my contribution, developed REST APIs to expose functionalities, design and developed client-facing user interface which allows product functionalities easier way, mentored and guided juniors, technical stack. Similarly, you what I did in Adobe, all those things, right? So, Bhagishri, this is one of the template I'm sharing now. which is good. I So portfolio is also good thing nowadays. You should also create your portfolio because if you have created by your own, but a lot of people is still like, so let me tell you one thing. So if you are applying a job on a career site, they ask you to upload your resume in the PDF, right? There will be no such thing to upload your portfolio there, right? I don't think so, at least, because whoever I referred, they want the resume to be uploaded. So you should have your resume, right? Somebody asks, you should have your resume. Sir, does we yeah, yeah. Sure, absolutely. Like if you are looking for different, if you are just, you want a job, you don't focus on niche, and let's suppose you want a job in XYZ. Like, let me tell you an example. If you are okay to take job in development or testing both, so you can write two resumes where you can show one part as a developer, and in testing part you can show whatever testing work you have done or you are good at. So yeah, definitely. When I was looking back in 2015, when I was looking job, I had so many resumes for different technologies, because I was so open to work in any technology or in any domain. So yeah, you can create different resumes. There is no harm. Okay, so moving ahead, let's also discuss few things about LinkedIn also. So I hope your doubts are clear a bit for this, right? Yeah, Sumit, I said, right? You should add proper keywords, and all the links should be copyable. All your phone number, your email should be copyable. It should not be right. You are not able to copy. You should not write it in fancy manner. That's how you'll create your resume ATS friendly. If somebody search any keywords, it should come, right? Yeah, Kirtana, certificates do help. If you have a certificate and you're writing that you have done XYZ certification in ML, and the job requires a skill set of ML, it will help you only when you will answer the questions. Just collecting certificates and not answering the questions in your interview will not lead you anywhere. But if you have done any certification and it is matching with your job requirements, you should definitely write, provided you should have expertise and you should able to answer. Yes, you should add your internship. Which type of resume template? I told, right? Two column layout template will be good. Virtual internships are considerable nowadays, yes. I mean, from 2020 to 2023 starting, everyone did their job also. By virtual meaning, you are doing some work, right? Like only you are doing work from home. What do you mean by virtual? That I don't know. Virtual means you should not be doing some kind of internship which is not related to any company and all. You are doing it on your own. .NET as a niche, I really don't prefer. Because I never liked that particular technology. I don't know why. I might be biased towards Java, but it has opportunities. It is not like that it doesn't have opportunities. So let's move ahead a bit for LinkedIn. And once I cover LinkedIn, we can take more questions. Okay, we have time till 2. So let's see what all things, what is the importance of LinkedIn. First of all, let's see. So as per the data presented by LinkedIn in their article, 67% uh, companies check LinkedIn profile. Okay, I don't have evidence of it, but I do believe. Why I do believe on this data? Because if anyone is going to join my team or going to interview for that, etc., I also check their LinkedIn profile, honestly. That what is experience, from where they are passed out, what do they do, what do they write about themselves, right? So yes, this will be true only, and this was published by LinkedIn, some article. And 72% of recruiters, okay, search and hire from LinkedIn. So my current job, which I'm doing in Uber, recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn. My last job, Walmart, recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn. Okay. And the other interviews that I cracked, you can go to my YouTube channel and see my interview experiences. Those are also from LinkedIn. So I have got a lots of calls in LinkedIn. So I do believe this data also. 72% of recruiters search and hire from LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, don't just underestimate, now LinkedIn is really one of the best platform and one of the best platform to show your professional social presence as well. So that's the important. Yeah, Bhagishri, I'm coming on to that. What you should write, what you should not write in your LinkedIn also. So next thing is like, how do you create LinkedIn profile? So here, since everyone asked about photo in their resume, I'll advise here, number one thing is your photo. Okay. You should have a professional photo where your face should be clearly visible. You should put that photo. And again, I'll tell you the data which is published. It's like, there are two profiles. Let's suppose with photo and without photo, and it happens that 14 times more clicks happen on photo profile. So you can think that what is the importance of photo here. If you have a profile without photo, it is likely to be less clicked, and if you have a photo, it is likely to be clicked 14 times more. Okay. Now, what kind of photo? I'll advise no sunglass, because your face will not be visible and it will not be very professional. No jewelry. These are just a point which I'm telling. Just simple photo. I'll tell you, I'll show you my profile. You'll get to have a better idea. Okay. Just go to job. I don't know what you're talking about, Nikhil, or what is the point here? Okay. So the second thing is, here, Nikhil, we are not talking about searching a job. We are talking about how do you make your LinkedIn profile effective. So even if you searched a job, ultimately it's up to recruiter to give you a job, right? You searched a job, you applied for a job. Does that guarantee that you will get the job or you will get the call? No, right? So you should have first you should create your effective profile, and then you should go and search for a job. For example, I have not written anything, no photo, no description, and I'm applying for thousands of jobs. Any recruiter will not come and give you a job there. So next point is utilize the cover banner. I'll show you everything. Utilize that cover banner which is right on top of your profile. A lot of people miss that section. That header and that photo is one thing which whenever your profile will be open, everyone see. And you cannot explain everything in text, right? So that is the one thing which seeks attention of everyone, whoever is visiting your profile. So always design a cover banner. To design a cover banner, you can use there is something called Canva. So there you can design your cover banner free of cost also. So it doesn't, unless you use their premium content, you can use Canva to create that. Next is you should write headline. Okay, like just below your photo there is a section called headline, where you can mention if you're working in any good company and you have XYZ skills, or you talk about anything you have expertise in, you can write it there, because that's also visible when your profile is being sent. Fourth is your experiences, your achievements. You should definitely write there. In LinkedIn, good thing is everything has a yeah, nice, Nikhil. uh, and you can share your template with other folks also. They'll get help out of it. And is LinkedIn, everything is present actually in column wise, just you need to, you know, utilize that. And then contact also you should write. You should customize your customize your LinkedIn URL. Okay, so you should there is a there is an option that comes when you edit your settings, like customize your URL. So you should take a name which is like, let's suppose I'll take example of Sumit. If Sumit is getting Sumit K, let's suppose, as URL, they should take it like after linkedin.com/Sumit K. So you should customize your URL. Okay. And last but not the least, if you have really worked with someone and you have did some good job, you can ask for recommendations. Okay, that is also one of the things which people do see in your profile. If somebody has recommended from you can ask people also. Okay, novoresume.com. I was talking about creating a banner, Kaushik. Can we design banner in Novo Resume, LinkedIn banner? We were not talking about Canva to create resume. Okay, guys, pay attention. So is our things clear till now? Next, I'll advise you that what you should do to get a reach also on LinkedIn. Sometimes try to post some content also on LinkedIn which you feel. For example, let's suppose you have you studied something good in database. Okay, and you felt that this is the information I can share. Sometimes you completed some certifications somewhere and you have a learning. So what you can do is like share your certificate on LinkedIn and just brief about it, about your learnings, what you have learned and all, in the post format. I'll tell you, Sumit, what kind of stuff you can mention in banner when I'll show my profile. Okay, so why I am saying this, I'm saying this because when you post content, right, it increases your reach, and there might be some recruiters who can see your that post, and they might be searching for a candidate with similar kind of job requirements, and they might just reach out to you. It works, it actually works. So sometimes share your thoughts, share your learning through post on LinkedIn. That's how you increase a reach, which a lot of people don't do. I've seen like people create and consume content, but create LinkedIn profile and consume content, but they never write anything on their post. So I'll advise that once in a week, once in 2 weeks, if you studied something or you did something good, you should, you know, write that as post and publish it. Sometimes you don't know that what works for you, right? So that will increase your reach also. Next thing is, for example, you should be, actively connect with people you aspire to work with. For example, if you want to work with Amazon, let's suppose, so you can find out people who are already working in Amazon. You can try to reach out to them. Sometimes what happens is like there is some opening you get to know, and you send your profile to those people, and they refer you. And referral works very well. Why referral works well? Because companies also have trust in their employees, that if they are referring, the candidate might be good, just call them, give them an interview opportunity, right? So what I suggest, that connect with people, and connect with people who are in same domain, or you are whom you aspire to work with. So these are the few tips. Now let me walk you through to the LinkedIn profile. Just give me 1 minute. So you should see that the first question was like, what should I add in the banner? So here I work as software engineer, and I talk about my interview experiences. I train people. I do a mentorship sessions, and sessions like this, and I talk about self growth, mental health, and corporate life. So see, I've clearly mentioned those things in one side of resume, okay, one side of header. The next thing which I have written here is like, I am a educational professional also. I take classes, I teach DSA, I teach system design, I take sessions uh, like this. So I've written education, learning. I am a technology enthusiast. I work already as a software developer, and I have years of experience in that. So I've written that. So you can clearly see the niche in my banner. Okay, you can see my photo. Also, no fancy jewelry, nothing, no sunglasses, face clearly visible. So I hope this photo is okay. And next, you can see here in the headline, as I talked about, right? Like, I work in Uber. That is one of the achievement, and that is one of the greatest company. So I'll definitely write here. And I have 55K plus now. Now it is around going to be 58K. But I've clearly mentioned that I have 55K of followers, family in my LinkedIn. Next is my expertise in data structures and algorithm and system design, which I teach also. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And brother, it is important to, yeah, Lokesh, there is nothing called important and non-important, but a banner, a header, banner is something which people, see at first, and it make your profile a bit more visible. This complete section which you are seeing, right? This is on top, correct? So along with your photo, so people see that. I I am living in Bangalore. I'm not from Bangalore actually. I work in Bangalore. My office, Uber office is in Bangalore. So yes, I'm living in Bangalore actually. So this is one thing. And now which company I worked in, I have already written. I have done Center of Development of Advanced Computing, CDAC, from Pune. So I have mentioned that also. It is very renowned institute. Studied 6 months there, and let me tell you, CDAC was the one where our first supercomputer was made, Param. So that has got good credibility, and I have studied from here, so I've written. Okay. Now you can see there is a link also, since I have a small YouTube channel where I share my experiences and all those things. So I have linked it here so that people who are visiting, they can visit my YouTube channel and get benefited. It's not big channel, but yeah. Yeah, let me send you my LinkedIn profile link. It's customized actually. So this is Thriver Ashish is my username on all the platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube, and everywhere I got this. So I put this here also, so that it's easy to remember. And I have a hashtag also. With whatever post I create, I put hashtag Thriver Ashish, so that people who are following that hashtag don't miss. So yeah, this is my profile. Now from here you can, you know that you can add sections also in your LinkedIn, right? So once you create your LinkedIn profile, add proper sections, correct? Education sections. If you have career break, somebody was asking, you can write it. Add skill section. What is recommend? Well, this is LinkedIn's funda, like core. These you should have. If you have recommended like these, you should add. And I have enabled my featured section as well, because I am a creator on LinkedIn also. I do post quite often. So I have enabled featured section where I have put some of my work. For example, this is okay. So this we have talked about. What is the importance of this? Let's go bit in details. And here, if you'll see, uh, I have enabled this, added this section from here, featured section. And in the featured section, you can see this one of my work, which is a data structures and algorithm sheet, which I have created. When I was preparing for Good Tech Giants, I worked on questions, and I have done a day-wise breakup of all those things, right? Here you can see day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 13. So this is a 90-day plan which I created after I cracked Uber and joined it, so that other people can also get benefited. So if you want, you can have a look at that later. But now why I utilize this featured section, because anyone who is visiting my profile can see my work. Okay, these are some of the good posts which I put and I mentioned in the featured section as well. Next, you can see that I keep posting about things which I am doing or I did. Like, I wanted to share my Walmart's experience, so I shared my Walmart experience here. Okay, and this is just yesterday's post. Here till here, if you'll see that this is my Walmart's uh, experience. Okay, that's why I was saying, like, so you can see that this post is being liked by few people. Here also you can see this when I posted this post. So around I'm not bothered about likes and all, but I'm just telling that it, and you can see that the reach of this post. Okay, so the thing which I was talking about, when you post, your profile's reach increases. So 3,30,000 people have seen this post. Out of 3,30,000, I know that maybe not all will be of technical background, but let's suppose that 50% of people are also from tech background, or there is 1% of recruiters. Let's suppose not 1%, 0.1% also. Then also 3,000 recruiters might have seen this. Okay, and they might have contacted me. Correct. So that's the power of social networking. And when it comes to professional networking, it's really great. A lot of people know me from that. Eventually even Geekster reached out to me from my LinkedIn profile also, to educate and mentor people for them, right? So that's how it is important. So when you post, you can see initially it might not get that much reach, but yeah, it will eventually. Like when I posted this post, for example, uh, this was the first post that got a lot of love, etc. So you can see that uh, for that matter, like what are important posts I've already written here. So let's suppose this was the first post that was really did very well for me, and it's been liked by more than 8,000 people. But again, I said likes are not that important. But here you see that around 7 lakh people have seen this. Okay, so impressions are something, the people who have seen reach of that. So you can see, right, like like 1,000 people reposted it on their, so their network would have seen, 1,000 people's network would have seen it. So that's how, that's the power of social profiles, which I was telling, right? So I'll recommend you, if you are doing, if you're joining any company, or you are educating something, some anything, like, you can even feature your resume here sometimes, like, social media accounts, yeah, you can do that, but provided it's very professional. Like, if you are on YouTube, let's suppose, and teaching people and educating people, you can write, but I will not advise you to put a link of your personal social media. For example, a LinkedIn, you have an Instagram account where you post your photos where you are going, unless you are a blogger, or you are a social media person, like you have some thousands, 100K followers, etc., and you are into full time into it, like not full time, also part time. If your account is private, I don't think so you should mention. But yeah, if you have something like YouTube channel, other profile links like GitHub link, etc., that you can put in banner. There is no harm. And there is one, here also there is section, right? Here also you can put one link which is important to you. Correct. So next thing is, I keep posting so much for my community, for people I want to help. So you can see, uh, uh, recently I went to NIT Trichy campus for interviewing people. So I had really very good experiences. I had few suggestions for interviewers, and I had few that other people can also learn from my experience, right? So these kind of things I'll advise everyone should do. And lately I have notes of graph representation, which I felt that other people are confused in, that how do you represent graphs. So I put it on LinkedIn, and some 15-16 thousand people have seen. They might, out of that, if 10% are also like, what I do is for intentionally to help others, but what you can do is to create your profile effective. And these are the things which made my profile effective, to be honest. I started it when I didn't know anything. I just started it with the intention to help people earlier, but it eventually turned out in my benefit. So that's why I am teaching you that what is the importance of doing. So once I won a award, Innovation Day award, I posted it. So you can post such evidences there. If I get any notes or anything, if, for example, like, what you can study in binary search, everything. If I feel I have the knowledge, I keep sharing it. You should also keep sharing once you, you know, if I get to know any webinar or anything is happening, I post it on my LinkedIn channel that this is the free of cost webinar you can attend. Or even if you paid one, I can share link. Whatever people want to join, they can join, right? So that's how, if I studied microservices, I created notes, I created for send. I just share it all because I feel that maximum people should uh, learn from it. Maximum people should, get benefited out of it. And eventually, it did turn out to be doing good to me also. Yeah, but mainly, I mainly, yeah. So mainly, you're just 1 minute, okay? So, you are asking, right? Aarti is asking that mainly which what part. So first of all, this part, header, photo, your this particular part is important. After that, your about section is important, which people will read, right? If you are searching for a job. So for example, I am a software engineer, over 7 years of total working experience in backend development for highly scalable distributed systems. So this is my one line summary. And I love learning new things, and I'm all about trying out new stuff. Why? Because I have worked on many technologies, new stuff, worked on many things, you can see. I'm always keen on learning new technologies. This is one of my strengths also, which I mentioned. This is what I do apart from my work. Like I like to mentor people. I have mentored more than 700 students. Now counting is even more. I have created my YouTube channel to teach people. It's very small, but yes, it's a effort. And my core expertise is now Golang, Glue, Java, system design, scalable distributed systems. So recruiters definitely look up to. So don't leave this blank. This is a good opportunity. Write a crisp thing and write it here. Okay. And then I have experiences in companies. You can go and see that what kind of work I have done in Uber, what work I have done in Walmart. I will elaborate it just in case anybody want to have a look. Earlier, when I was in Dell, I was not that active and I was not aware of complete potential of LinkedIn. So these are not very much updated, but from now onwards, from now onwards, I keep updating it. You can see the work I did here. uh, like so let me tell you that what were my learnings while I was working on in Walmart. I was working in a project which was really good, and literally what concepts and learnings and algos I have used in real life programming application is producing consumer Java reflection backtracking, BFS and BFS in graph. This was the project. If you guys are interested, you can read this. This was the project which I which I did. These three projects in Walmart, which involved these many learnings, and this is the tech stack. So if people want to see, they'll see the uh, evidences also, like what I've done. So yeah, this experience section. Okay, Sumit, thank you. You can go through my LinkedIn, yeah. And next is next thing is again, you can see that my two education. One is Center of Development in Advanced Computing, CDAC. This is a renowned institute where Param was the first supercomputer which was made. So I have written, and my highest degree is Bachelor's of Technology. So yeah, Sumit, go ahead, ask your question. If I know the answer, I'll try to answer. Now let's see that I have few skills, and people have who have skills, they have endorsed me. I don't ask me to endorse, but they are the people who worked with me, and they have endorsed me for my skills. So I've got 27 endorsements for my skill, Spring Boot for Java. So here I the things which I really worked on, I have written. Okay, so you can also mention skill section is also important here. Although I prefer to write my core skills here also, because sometimes they don't go till top down. So I have written core expertise areas here also, so that anyone who is reading about my profile can go to it. Okay. Yeah, Sumit, you can ask your question, no worries. And next is I really got uh, uh, three. I only got three recommendations, which is okay. I suggest you to ask for recommendations also, but these are the three which I got voluntarily. He was Jax was my first for my first manager, and I have not asked him to recommend, but he did actually. He only said that I'll recommend you. Just send me my profile. Send me the profile. I sent, because I did some when I was on last days or in this organization, I was doing my work, you know, mm, responsibly. So that's why maybe he was. Yeah, you can add volunteering experience as well. So yeah, I'll tell you, Sumit. Then I'll take this question in last. He has recommended. Then he is my junior who has recommended me for all the work. I was a backend developer always, and here there was a. So see, I remember the instance where besides being developer, and he led the front end project. So this was one of the achievement, because I was a backend developer always, but there was a opportunity and there was a need to lead a front end project, because we didn't have anyone uh, at that time in our team. We did recruited later, But at that time when it was the requirement came, we didn't have anyone from the front end side, so I was the one who took the initiative. People were really happy, and that's why I got promoted also in that company. So yeah, those things are important if they give you. If not, if you think that you have really worked something good, you can ask a genuine recommendation. Don't ask from everyone just for the sake of showing on your profile. It fake recommendations and real recommendations are always, you can always differentiate between them. I've also given a recommendation to one of the recruiter uh, who was earlier working in Uber, and yeah, she really was a professional recruiter, and I really liked the way she has handled her procedure. So yeah, I now she is, I think, working in service now, but yeah, she was really good, so I gave recommendation to her. I have few publications. When I was working in Symantec, I have done a competitive study between VXFS file system, XFS file system, ext3, ext4. These are all the file system, by the way. So I did a competitive study, and I have written a paper, white paper, and it was published on November 1st, 2015 on Sales Central of Symantec. So this was one of the achievements which I had. So I've written. Sorry. And now I have not won many awards, but yeah, there are few achievements which I have won, few awards. For example, I have won when I was working in Walmart. I have won Walmart's Warrior Award in June 2021, which is a good achievement. So I mentioned in my LinkedIn. I have won a Dell Champions Award in 2019, which I have mentioned, and I've won first prize in Innovation Day, where I have. You can say one first prize successfully demonstrating voice-based interaction with Recur Point using Amazon's Alexa. So this was the project. We had a project called Recover Point where I was working, and I have integrated that with a voice based robot. I used Amazon's Alexa because that was present that time. So I used to give command to Alexa, and it used to perform the operations on my product, which I used to do earlier by keyboard giving input. So that was one of the projects which I did, and I won a Innovation Day first prize there. So that's one of the achievement which I've written. Languages, Hindi and English, these are the things which are really not very important. So these are the things which you should take in consideration. So that's about it actually. And now I can take questions for 15-20 minutes. How to write profile about section? What do you mean by, Nikhil, how to write profile about section? This one you are saying about section, right? Yeah, so you can see, for example, let's suppose you have done some projects and you are a software engineer. So you can say that, let's suppose you don't have experience, so cut this part, just write with the degree in computer science and engineering, or if you have degree in electronics and you aspire to become a software engineer, you can write, I'm an aspiring software engineer with a degree in electronics, but with the skill set of XYZ language, etc. And then you can write bit what you have done, like you have created a project which is there, and if it is on GitHub, you can explain bit about it, and you can write about different things, different learnings you have here. And again, then core expertise area of you, that's what I mentioned actually. And let's suppose you have worked something voluntarily, like I do mentoring people and all. So that's one of the thing which is for me. I hope you get it right. Any other question? And I'll take then Sumit's question. I'm excited and interested to know about the skills you developed during your campus. So can you elaborate this, Sumit? Like, is it like when I was interviewing for my campus or in general? Yeah, please elaborate. I'll answer. I answered Rahim's question first. Let me answer it again. I think I was on mute. Rahim, yes, you can definitely write volunteering experience actually. Okay, it's completely okay and it's good to write, unless you should be able to justify that also. If you are saying that you have done anything volunteering and you have done xyz in public organizations, and there are some cross questions about your learnings etc., you should be able to answer, and it's completely okay. I teach and mentor people out of my passion. I am volunteering about it. I do write it. Okay, so you should definitely write it. No worries in that. Next, I'll come to Sumit's question. You are asking that till what depth we should be preparing, right? Uh, so what I'll tell you, I in when I took object oriented class, master the object oriented concepts through Geekster, I told one thing, that you should be knowing the limit till what you should prepare, because there is thousands of things you should, and you will never be ready if you think like that way. So what I'll suggest is like for college campuses, especially if you're focusing on companies, product based good companies, and it might not happen over the night or in your first year of graduation, like fourth year of graduation, you should aim to make your data structures and algorithm very good. Next thing, if you are in tech, uh, do computer fundamentals thoroughly, and data structure algorithm, good command over all the data structures and algorithms. Don't skip anything. And then I'll say that try to solve questions on lead code or code chef. Next thing I'll say that read about databases, at least one SQL, one MySQL, and then do a project where just create a smaller thing. Start creating a chat bot. Okay, there you will learn RPC and all those calls. Then you can create a backend service. Just create a backend service just where you are interacting. Just start with creating a login page, where in front end you will give your user ID and name, and in backend that will be processed and you will be logged in. Just start doing with that. Don't be afraid. So, and then elaborate some kind of projects you can do, so that at least this much level you should be preparing. I think MSc physics, anyone can enter IT industry, but I'm not sure that how will you get the opportunities in the starting, because for BTech, electronics, electrical, these branches, companies do give uh, chance, but I'm not very sure that for MSc physics do they give. I don't. So I'm really not sure that how will you get the chance, but yeah, people from mechanical, electronics, they have all come to IT. So I think you can also come, but I'm not sure that how will you get first call in that. Maybe I'm not sure, but you can uh, you can try some course. I'll suggest here. I'll suggest talk. You can talk to experts in Geekster also, because they provide some kind of IT courses and all, and they also have tie-up with companies who give placements and all, so that they might help you actually. You can reach out to Geekster. Can someone from Geekster panelist give some link here of their expert who are working with them and can help them choosing some course which can lead to IT placements? That will be good. What, Nikhil, for Mang, actually, okay, to crack Mang, like companies, you should be good in data structures and algorithm, because your few rounds will be in that. You should be good in system design, because one round will, if you are appearing for SD2 interviews, you'll be getting one round where you'll have to design a system design, You should be having command on high level and low level system design. And third, you should be having command on projects which you have worked on and experience you have gained so far. These three things to crack Mang interview. So for freshers, actually, what I said, you should have, as a software developer, you should focus on data structure algorithm, irrespective of your fresher or experience. If you are a fresher, system design round will not be there, but you should be aware of computer fundamentals like databases, how general computer systems work, and some knowledge of your computer networks that will help. So yes, so those are the skills and aptitude. Some companies in starting, some companies do take exam which includes aptitude questions as well. But the gist of computer science industry, IT industry, is that you should be able to code first. You should be a good in coding if you want to be a developer. If you feel that you can not do that much extensive code and you're not meant for it, I don't think so that anybody is not meant for that. But what I feel that anyone can do that. So yeah, I feel that you should focus on coding. I think, yeah, that's what I told while writing resume also, right? You should command at least one language. Where if I'll ask you the internals of anything, for example, if you have said Java, you should be knowing Java in and out. And then I think if you know one language in depth, you will be able to code in any language. That's my point. Because I was not at all aware of Golang, but I am now doing work in Golang. So completed C++, Python is good. Yeah, I think it's good. No worries. Don't Java is not mandatory. If you know Python, C++, that's good enough. Yeah, Sumit. So T structure is good actually. Whatever you're telling, it's good. You should have in-depth knowledge of at least one language. And I think in your first semester and all, C everyone reads. So you should be having some knowledge of that. But provided you should command one language in which you should code. Anything, any question I missed, let me know. Uh, is must to be written in your profile. I told you already that the projects which you did, data structures algorithm, you should be good at. Now, the trend is solving questions on code chef, lead code. I'll definitely advise as a fresher, you should start coding onto that so that you get to have knowledge. Murgank, you can ask actually here. I have 7 minutes. We can go through since we don't have, or what is the skills we should learn together with it. Together with bhaiya good knowledge in Java. Okay, so if you have knowledge, you should learn a framework also. Like only Java can help in some companies where only core Java work is there, but along with that you should learn Spring Boot. For example, if you have Python, you should be learning Django framework. For Java, you should be learning Spring Boot, etc. So yeah, I'll advise that a few things you should definitely consider. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and you can message me on LinkedIn. This is the profile. Mrugank, you're saying personal Zoom meeting. I'm not sure. I can you connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's see. I'll try to connect, but can't guarantee. But I'll try to connect with you on Google Meet. No worries. Regarding the finding lost idea, I talked to you, but you were not able to get it done. Okay, we'll talk, Murugang. Then connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll try to. I am not sure whether I'll be able to help you with the lost ID. Finding lost ID. I'm really not sure, but I'll try to listen to your problem and see what suggestions I can give. But I'm not really sure that how can I help you finding a new ID. Okay, finding a lost ID. Sir, can we post frequently in LinkedIn or we will there be limit? No, no, no. You can post frequently. If you'll post frequently on LinkedIn, you will become a creator. LinkedIn wants only 1% of people are creators on LinkedIn. Yes, you can post daily also. There is no limit. There is no limit. Absolutely no limit. Any number of times, 2 posts, 3 posts a day also, but just don't do anything overdo, because then overdoing anything kills the gist of it, right? So yeah. Anything else anybody wants to know? We have 4 minutes, so you can utilize. Posting only polls is good thing. I'll say that don't just be rigid in posting only polls. Like, uh, try different things, right? Like, try posting text content, try posting some PDF content, try posting some content with your images, photos. See that uh, don't do that fancy photos and all. Don't make LinkedIn as Instagram, but yeah, you can experiment things. Like, if you are studying somewhere, you're coding and you have, you can post that. If you have, let's suppose, created a work setup at home which you felt really good, can help other people, can post that. Yeah. From your side, for the freshers, for freshers, Sumit, I'll say that uh, focus on building skills, uh, and try, if you want to be, let's suppose, developer, try to find a job which will give you a lot of coding. So I started my career with testing actually, and I feel that I got the money from that job, and I didn't have any option also, because that's where I was placed from campus. So I'll say that as quickly as you should, whatever you want to do in your career, switch to that profile as quick as possible. And work, don't look at money for initial 2 3 years. Let's suppose if you are getting some less money but good work in some company, prefer that. After that, money will follow. So that's advice. A lot of people see that, okay, I am getting a support role in, let's suppose, a big company, and they are paying me some 10 lakhs, and I'm getting a software developer profile which will include coding work, but I'm only getting 7 lakhs or 6 lakhs there. So a lot of people choose the other route. They go to support role and take that salary, but eventually it do a harm to you. Nikita, it is not mandatory. There will be companies, there will be roles which will not require DSA. But my advice is, in IT industry, that prepare for DSA. It's a basic building block, and that's where the good work, fun work is, and that's where the money is. Honestly, I don't think so. There is a comparison uh, between uh, the money which is paid by service-based companies and product-based companies. And honestly, I'll tell you, I'm not advising you to become a money-minded person. Neither am I. But if you are spending 8 to 10 hours of your life, uh, and you are working, let's suppose, 25,000 a month, and somebody is working 2 lakhs a month, there is a difference. Uh, there will be a difference in the lifestyle the two people will live, right? And you are spending same. So even if you work in some companies where, in, let's suppose, in any company, service based companies are good. I really don't criticize them, because of, let me tell you a very hard fact, that I really respect companies like TCS, Wipro, all those, because if these companies will not exist, right, 80% of engineers will be, you know, kind of berozgar in India, because they don't really ask such difficult questions and expertise. And and 80% of engineers from tier 3 colleges, even I'll say myself also, was not that good when I was in my college. And you know and service based are the companies which give you the chance to do that. They literally They literally pay you for your learnings in initial days, right? So what I'll advise is uh, do practice DSA, even if you are in service based or you are in product. Ultimate goal should be good work, good money, and good learning experience. I am lagging in some course but the course is completed. Shall I process now or what? You can lagging in some course as in means you have not attended classes and all. You should go and complete the course, whatever course you are doing. I think even if it is over, you get a recordings and all. You can go and have it. Makes sense, right? Okay, so I think it was really nice. Ramayana, you are raising hand. If you have any question, you can put it. Uh, I'm there for 1 minute more. For he was raising hand. I think I saw late or something. If you're there, you can write it. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session now. Yes, sir. Yeah, money, you should start with interviews. Real interviews will give you the complete picture that where you really stand. So I'll advise you to start giving interviews. It's okay if you'll fail 1 or 2 interviews. You'll get to know what you need to focus more on. Okay. Thanks, Pratibha. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Sumit. Whoever is saying it was good session. I believe do write the feedback and do check whatever Geekster send you for feedback and webinars, etc. And someone asked some question how to get into IT, all those things. I think Geekster can help you. Their course can help you as well. They have some tie up with companies where they provide placements also. So it's better to talk to their expert also into that. Cool. Yeah, I will now take a leave and all the best, all of you. See you in next session. Whenever Geekster organize, you can give a feedback to Geekster if you want a masterclass on any other topics. They organize really good. They really do a very good work organizing all these master classes for you without any cost and convincing industry experts to give you classes every 15 days or every week. So this is really great opportunities for you guys to attend that. Just take your leave. Okay, cool. Bye.